week 8 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I would look to add on waivers this week. The first guy, Spencer Turnbull of the Detroit Tigers. Turnbull, he threw a no-hitter in his last outing versus the Seattle Mariners on May 18th in that one. So right here, we've seen a lot of no-hitters throughout the major leagues. But even before the no-hitter, Turnbull, he was pretty decent so far this season. And on the season for him, 34 in the third inning, 3-2 record, 31 strikeouts, a 2.88 ERA, and an 0.96 whip with 3 quality starts on the season here for Turnbull. So Turnbull, I know he had a couple bad outings before the no-hitter, but still with a 2.88 ERA, that's pretty impressive in my opinion coming into the season, even though we've seen a lot of good pitching so far out of Major League Baseball in the last couple weeks here for Turnbull. 15 in the third inning, 2-0 record, 6 hits given up, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 16 strikeouts, an 0.59 ERA, and an 0.59 whip. So right here, his next outings today, May 24th versus the Cleveland Indians. Another light-hitting offense, but usually after a pitcher throws a no-hitter, they get hit hard and bombed. But the last few outings here for Turnbull, May 6th at Boston, 3 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, a 6 ERA, and a 2.33 whip. And then May 13th versus Kansas City, 6 and a third, got the win, 6 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 7 Ks, a 1.42 ERA, and a 1.11 whip in a quality start. And then the no-hitter on May 18th versus Seattle, 9 strikeouts, only 2 walks given up, 0.22 whip and a quality start. So right here, Turnbull, I know he's on a Tiger team that isn't really that good, but right here, they pitch in a pretty weak division, in my opinion. Kansas City ain't that great of a hitting team. Cleveland, obviously, is not that good of a hitting team as well over there. And the Twins, they've been up and down as well. Only the Chicago White Sox, I think, are the real threat here in this division. So he's in a good division. He's been pitching well, and he's still available in 52% of fantasy leagues. So he would be the first pitcher I would look to add this week. The second pitcher is Rich Hill of the Tampa Bay Rays. So the 41-year-old Hill, he still goes out there every 5th day, and he gives this team quality starts and pitches well here. And on the season here for Rich Hill, 44 innings, 3-1 record, 30 hits, 19 earned runs, 6 homers given up, 17 walks, 45 strikeouts, a 3.89 ERA, and a 1.07 whip with 4 quality starts. So Hill, he's going out there, and he's delivering for this ball club here. In the last 2 weeks, 12 2/3, 2-0 record, 5 hits, 1 earned run, a homer given up, 7 walks, 13 Ks, 0.71 ERA, 0.95 whip, and 2 quality starts. So the only downside here with Hill, he plays in a tough division, obviously with the Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, who were surprising this season, Baltimore, who could hit the baseball as well, and the Toronto Blue Jays. And the other thing is just his walks are a little bit high. Well, besides that, this guy, he's been a diamond in the rough the last couple weeks in fantasy baseball, but he's still out there in 50% of fantasy leagues, and he's definitely worth an add. And the last 3 outings for Hill have been great. May 7th at Oakland, 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks, no runs, and 0.67 whip, and the quality start. May 13th versus the Yankees, 6 2/3, got the win, 3 hits, 3 walks, 9 Ks, 0.90 whip, and a quality start. At May 20th at Baltimore, 6 innings, got the win, 2 hits, an earned run, a homer given up, 4 Ks, 4 walks, a 1.50 ERA, and a 1 whip, and a quality start. And his next outing is tomorrow, May 25th versus Kansas City. Another favorable matchup. And right here, Hill, he's still available in 50% of fantasy leagues. And this guy's putting up numbers. He's helping the Rays, and he definitely can help you off the wire this week. The next pitcher I've looked to add is Garrett Richards of the Boston Red Sox. So Richards, it's always been a problem with him getting injured throughout his career. But right now, this season so far, he's been healthy as Richards, producing for the Boston Red Sox and fantasy owners who have him. So far in the season, 48 and a third inning, 4-2 record for him, 49 hits, 20 earned runs, 4 homers given up, 22 walks, 43 strikeouts, a 3.72 ERA, 1.47 whip, and 3 quality starts here for Richards. In the last couple weeks here, 12 2/3, 2 wins, no losses, 12 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 walks, 9 Ks, a 1.42 ERA, a 1.5 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Richards, he's given the Red Sox 6, 7 innings a game, it seems like, the last 3 or 4 outings here. And he's a definite surprise here. Not many fantasy owners believe in Richards, and that's why he's available in 75% of fantasy leagues. But even in a tough division, he's getting things done. The last few outings for him: May 8th at Baltimore, 7 innings, got the win, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 5 Ks, a 5.14 ERA, 1.29 whip in that one. May 13th versus Oakland, 6 innings, got the win, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 Ks, no ERA, a 1.33 whip and a quality start. And then his latest outing, May 19th, at the Blue Jays, 6 2/3, got the win, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 Ks, 2.70 ERA, a 1.65 whip, and a quality start. So Richards, he's going out there. He's going deep into ball games. And right now, he's definitely worth an ad with him available in 75% of fantasy leagues. And right now, you just go out there and get him. And if he gets hurt, you either drop him or put him on the injured list. Which is James Kaprielian of the Oakland Athletics. Kaprielian, he's been a surprise so far this season here for the Oakland A's, and he's pitched the last couple outings, and on the season for him, 10 2/3, 1-0 record, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts, a 2.53 ERA, and a 1.13 whip. So Kaprielian, he used to be a top draft pick of this Oakland A team, but he's had a lot of injuries throughout his career. But so far in his first 2 outings of the season, he's been pretty decent, and he's been a guy definitely on the fantasy radar. But he's available still in a whopping 87% of fantasy leagues. And the first 2 outings for him, May 12th at Boston, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, an earned run, 3 walks, 6 Ks, a 1.80 ERA, and a 1.40 whip. And then his latest outing, May 21st at the Angels, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 homers, giving up a walk, 9 Ks, a 3.18 ERA, and an 0.88 whip. So right here, I know he didn't go deep into those ball games, but he's a guy definitely to keep an eye on, and he's got high strikeout ability with 15 Ks so far in his first 2 outings. And his next outing's Tuesday, May 26th versus the Seattle Mariners. A pretty favorable matchup in my opinion here. And right here, with him available in this many fantasy leagues, I think there could be worse options on your fantasy rosters. At Kaprielian, he's more of an ad in deeper leagues, but in 12-team leagues or deeper, he's definitely worth an ad in my opinion. The next pitcher is Cody Petit, Miami Marlins. So Petit, he's gone out there and he pitched very well, especially yesterday, even though I know the Mets are fielding a minor league team right now with the 16 guys on the injured list. So far for Petit in the early going, 17 innings, 2-0 record, 10 hits, 2 earned runs, a homer, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts, an impressive 1.06 ERA, and an 0.71 whip. So he's had 3 outings so far here, is Petit. And he's gone out there and he's pitched well, and I think he definitely deserves here a fantasy roster pickup with the early success, and the Marlins should honestly keep him in the rotation. And the first 3 outings here for Petit, May 12th at Arizona, 5 innings, got the win, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a homer, giving up 6 Ks, a 3.60 ERA, and a 0.80 whip. Then his second outing at Philly, 5 innings, May 18th, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks, no runs, a whip, 1 whip in that one. And then yesterday versus the Mets, he mowed through that team's lineup, even though, like I said, they're fielding a lot of minor league guys right now with all the injuries, but he still went out there and got the job done. 7 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 4 Ks, no runs, 0.43 whip, and a quality start. So right here, this Marlin team, they're the middle of a pack type of team so far this season. But Petit, he's been one of the better starters in the starting rotation, in my opinion, since they called him up a few weeks ago. And right now, we'll see if he gets another turn in the rotation. I know he's 26 years old with pretty much no major league experience, but right now, this guy, he definitely could be a player on the radar, and he's more of an ad in deeper leagues, and he's available in 85% of fantasy leagues. The next pitcher I look to is Jordan Montgomery of the New York Yankees. So Montgomery, we've seen flashes of him have some success over the last few seasons in the major leagues. But right here, it's been a tough couple years as well for Montgomery with the injuries and stuff. So we got to see if he's going to stay healthy and pitch for this Yankee team, because when he does, he's been pretty good, in my opinion, is Jordan Montgomery. And obviously, he's on one of the better teams in all of Major League Baseball. And so far this season, 48 2/3, 2-1 record, 41 hits, 22 earned runs, 6 homers, giving up 11 walks, 52 strikeouts, a 4.07 ERA, and a 1.07 whip with 4 quality starts. On Montgomery, he's going out there at least every fifth day there, and he's pitching for this team. It's been a mixed bag of results, obviously, with the ERA over a 4, but the last 2 out of 3 outings, he's pitched well. May 11th at Tampa, 6 innings, got the win, 2 hits, 1 earned run, a homer, giving up 1 walk, 9 Ks, 1.50 ERA, 0.50 whip, and a quality start. May 16th at Baltimore, he got roughed up, 3 innings, no decision though, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, a 15 ERA, 2.67 whip. And then a couple days ago versus the White Sox, he went out there and pitched a gem, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 11 strikeouts, 0.57 whip, and a quality start. So Montgomery, he's striking out a lot of batters, and especially in the last 3 outings here for him. He's got a lot of strikeouts with 24 for Montgomery. His next outing's May 27th versus the Toronto Blue Jays, and surprisingly, he's still available here in 61% of fantasy leagues, and I don't think you could go wrong with Montgomery. Like I said, he's on a good Yankee team that's going to get a lot of wins, and right here, he should be owned in more fantasy leagues, in my opinion. The next pitcher is Martin Perez of the Boston Red Sox, so a lot of American League East pitchers on this list this weekend. These guys, they're going out there versus tough lineups, and they're getting the job done and producing for their teams, and should be players you should add in your fantasy leagues. So far this season for Perez, 45 2/3 of an inning, 2-2 record, 43 hits, 18 earned runs, 3 homers given up, 17 walks, 44 Ks, 3.55 ERA, a 1.31 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Perez, he's been pitching good, but the last couple weeks the numbers get even better for him. 17 innings, 2-0 record, 12 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 homers given up, 6 walks, 16 Ks, 2.12 ERA, 1.06 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Perez, I know it's a tough division, that American League East, but right now he's going out there and producing. And now we'll see if he could keep things up in his next outings, May 28th versus the Miami Marlins. In the last few outings here for Perez, May 10th at Baltimore, 5 innings, 4 hits, no decision, 1 earned run, a homer, a walk, 4 strikeouts, a 1.80 ERA, a 1 whip. May 15th versus the Angels, 6 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 4 walks, 5 Ks, no ERA, a 1.17 whip, and a quality start. And then May 21st at Philly, 6 innings, got the win, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, a homer, a walk, 7 Ks, a 4.50 ERA, a 1 whip, and a quality start. So right here, Perez, he's going out there. He's giving the Red Sox quality innings, and he should be a guy owned in way more fantasy leagues here, with him available in 89% of fantasy leagues. I definitely would take a shot on Martin Perez, because there's way worse options out there this season in fantasy, and even on rosters. But right here, Martin Perez, he's getting the job done, and he should be added in more fantasy leagues. The next pitcher, Casey Mize of the Detroit Tigers. So Mize, top prospect in the Tiger system over the last few seasons, and this year he's getting a chance to go out there each and every 5th day and start for this team. 52 2/3, 3-3 record, 39 hits, 20 earned runs, 6 home runs, 20 walks, 40 Ks, 3.42 ERA, a 1.12 whip, and 6 quality starts. So far, in my opinion, Mize, he's held his own right here for this Detroit Tiger team. He's getting batters out. He's going decently into games. The only downside for him is walks are a little high, in my opinion, with 20 and 52 innings. But the last couple weeks here for Mize, 20 innings, 2-0 record, 9 hits, 4 earned runs, a homer, 6 walks, 17 Ks, a 1.80 ERA, 0.75 whip, and 3 quality starts. So just like his teammate Spencer Turnbull I spoke about earlier in the video, Mize, he's going out there and he's pitching versus weaker teams in that division. Like I said, the Royals in that division, not a great hitting team. The Indians, we got the White Sox, they got injuries, but they still could hit. And Minnesota, so Mize, the last 3 outings, May 12th versus Kansas City, 6 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks, a 3 ERA, 0.83 whip. May 17th at Seattle, 7 2/3, got the win, 3 hits, an earned run, a homer, 3 walks, 7 Ks, a 1.17 ERA, and a 0.78 whip, and a quality start. And then his latest outing yesterday at Kansas City, once again 6 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, 6 strikeouts, 1.42 ERA, 0.63 whip. So Mize, he's going out there. He's going very deep into ball games, and now in his last 5 outings, he's got 5 quality starts, and he should be owned in more fantasy leagues as well. And he's available in 56% of fantasy leagues. So I definitely would give him an ad. The next pitch is his teammate, Michael Fulmer of the Detroit Tigers. So Fulmer this season, they've put him in the bullpen here as Detroit, and it looks like he's going to be the closer now for this Detroit Tiger team. And I know he blew a save yesterday versus the Kansas City Royals, but so far this season here for Fulmer, 31 2/3, 3-3 record. So he had a couple starts earlier in the year, 28 hits, 13 earned runs, 4 homers given up, 8 walks, 30 strikeouts, a 3.69 ERA, and a 1.14 whip on the season here for Michael Fulmer. So Fulmer, he's getting save opportunities, and he's probably most likely the closer now there in Detroit. And we've seen it over the last 2 weeks here with him with 3 saves in 6 2/3 of an inning. So I know he blew the game yesterday, but he's going out there and he's becoming a closer. And I know I'm not a big guy on closers in fantasy baseball, but if you could pick up a guy that's going to get a couple cheap saves throughout the week, he's definitely a guy that I would recommend on the wire. And right now, Fulmer's available in 60% of fantasy leagues. So the last 3 relief outings for him, May 19th versus Seattle. In that one, he went 1 inning, 1 hit given up in that game. He didn't get the save. May 21st to Kansas City, went 1 inning, got the save in that one, went 1-2-3 through the lineup. And then yesterday, the blown save at Kansas City, got the loss, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and a homer in that one to lose the ball game. But right here, like I said, he's a closer. And obviously, closers, they're going to have some value, not much in my opinion, in fantasy baseball. And Fulmer's definitely an ad this week. And the final pitcher I would look to add on waivers this week's Austin Gumber of the Colorado Rockies. So Gumber here, he was a big addition in the Nolan Arenado deal here in the offseason, the former St. Louis Cardinal. And so far, he's been surprising to me here at Coors Field. 45 in the 3rd inning, 2-4 record, which isn't that great. 25 earned runs, 5 homers given up, 37 hits, 22 walks, 47 strikeouts, a 4.96 ERA, a 1.30 whip, and 5 quality starts. Obviously, the ERA ain't great, but the quality starts is pretty decent so far this season. But the last couple weeks, Gumber stepped things up, 11 in the 3rd, 9 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 13 strikeouts, and an 0.79 ERA and a 0.97 whip with a quality start. So he's going out there, he's getting more confidence. And fantasy owners, they've gone to the wire and picked him up already here in 9% of fantasy leagues. And that's partially due also that he's got an outing here today at the New York Mets. And this Met team, they are weak hitting offense, obviously, with a lot of injuries and a lot of single and double A guys pretty much playing for this roster. So Gumber, it wouldn't surprise me here to see him have a good outing here tonight at Citi Field. And the last few outings here for Gumber, May 12th versus San Diego, 5 in the 3rd in that one, 4 hits, no runs given up, a walk, 6 strikeouts, an 0.94 whip. And then at San Diego once again, May 18th, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 Ks, a 1.50 ERA, a 1 whip, and a quality start. So right here, his last 2 outings have been a tough go for him versus a tough San Diego team. But he's held his own, Gumber, versus them. And now, like I said, he's got a great matchup versus a bad New York Met offense here. And it wouldn't surprise me to see him go out there today and pitch a gem. So that's a few pitches I've looked at on waivers here, week 8 of the fantasy baseball season.